So, I'm gonna do something a little new here. I'm gonna try to call this Free Advice Friday. As most of y'all know, I've been a musician here in Nashville for 21 years now, and I'm still doing it. So, with that comes a lot of things that I've learned over the years, and a lot of you also know that I book a bunch of the venues downtown Nashville, and I get a lot of questions from newer musicians who have just moved to town all the time. And this little thing that I'm going to start called Free Advice Friday is just going to be little thoughts and things that I've had to teach newer musicians than the most common teachings. So first, what I want to start off with here is just know your job. Okay, a lot of musicians, they move here, they want to go play, let's just say they're on Broadway, and they think it's all about them. They think it's all about, you know, t-shirts and the tips and, you know, how many people can I get on Instagram and TikTok, and they think it's all about them. And the problem is those bars down there don't care. None of them do. The only thing those bars care about down there is how much alcohol you sell, how many bodies you keep in the building. So just know your job. If you're playing on Broadway, sell alcohol. If you're playing at a restaurant, maybe take a break here and there so they can turn over some tables to sell more food. You know, if you're playing a casino, there's a reason that they make you take long breaks. They don't want you taking away too much attention from their shiny gambling machines. That's their money maker. If you're playing a festival, yeah, go out there and play your original songs and try to do what you can for that festival crowd. That's what they hired you for. If you're opening for an artist, go out there, play your stuff, rock the show, and try to get the crowd ready for that artist. Like, just know your job. It's really that simple, is just know your job. And if you don't know what your job is, if someone's not answering that question for you, it's real easy to figure it out. All you do is put yourself in the shoes of the person who is writing your check and think to yourself, if I'm writing this check to a band and I were that person, what would I want this band to be doing? And then do that. That's all you got to do. Just do what you're hired to do. You're not always hired to just promote you and play your music. A lot of times clubs don't want that. And I can't tell you the amount of emails I get from artists that are like, I had this many streams on Spotify. I've opened for this person. You know, and they tell me this big laundry list of things that have nothing to do with playing on Broadway. The only thing that us booking agents, and I know all of them down there, the only thing that us booking agents want to know when you're playing a gig on Broadway is, do you attract people? Can you keep those people in the bar? Can you sell alcohol and or food to those people? That's it. Your Spotify streams, your TikTok followers, none of that stuff helps the venue in any way at all. So just know your job. That's all you got to do. That's the biggest piece of advice I have to give most musicians here in town, is just know your job. So, Free Advice Friday. Hope y'all enjoyed it.